Today we're going to be talking about the decked out selector tier list. Now, I do recommend these in the S tier highly, mainly because they are going to be carrying you out a long way. Now, before I get into that, they are selectors. They are giving you plus 15 units, guaranteed, mola, max, and all that. Now, as a new player, you are getting 6 of them, or if you are a veteran, you want to get 4 of them. So you get set up quite nicely as a new player. Now, you can pick whoever you want. If your favorite character is there and you want them, sure, go for it. This tier list is just to help you out if you want to really progress really well into a beginner account, or if you're already veteran, you should know by now really what to pick, or imprints and all that good stuff. Now let's get right into it. I do recommend, again, these characters in S tier. I do think they are really highly recommendable. Monk, she has crazy stuff. She resets, she gives them seal on S2, she makes them unable to counter on her S3, and she does reset them. Again, a very good unit. I do highly recommend her. She's mainly for PvP, literally only PvP, such as RTA, Guild War, and Arena. Very good unit. I picked her myself on my 13-day-old account, 13-day-old account, and we are already champion. I'll make a video on that later on, but she's very good. I do really recommend. Moore is getting a buff within the next couple weeks. He's going to be absolutely insane. Before the buff, he's not that great, obviously, so I do recommend picking him now, but you're not really going to be using him at least for the next couple weeks until his buff really does kick in. Now, Bologna, on the other hand, is a little bit different. If you have Wukong, you don't really need Bologna, but I think Bologna is very good when it comes to Rift. She can really hard carry you there. She's very good for Banshee 13. She could one-shot. She's really not that bad. She's really good. I do like her a lot. It's up to you if you really want to pick her. It's debatable. If not, she's going to be A tier. Again, I think she's S tier in my opinion, especially if you don't have Wukong. I think she's really good, and that's really up to you. Again, you have 6 selectors as a new player, so it really just comes down to you. Next is going to be Celine. Again, she's another good unit, but she's mainly PvP focused. When you look at this list, whenever I get to the other characters, you will see that some of these characters are good in one area, and some of them don't really need Mola. Mola, like Elena, Roanna. Those two don't really need Mola, hence why they are in the A tier, but we'll talk about that when we get there. Celine is mainly there for PvP. She's great. She's a plus 15 unit in my opinion. Everyone's opinion as well. She's very good. S2, she will hit anyone who does a non-attack skill, depending on what EE you have, either the highest attack or it's going to be random. She's very good. She's been buffed out of her mind the last couple patches. She's been really good, but the last patch really did it. Last buff she got really did it for her, made her really great. So again, another plus 15 unit, but again, she's mainly for PvP. Keep that in mind. Next is going to be AE, which is great options. Elena, Ravi, Roanna, and Destina. Now, Destina, in my opinion, is going to be really good for a newer player. You could pick her in the selective summons if you want. Just depends up to you. I do think she is worth plus 15 as well. It just really comes down to you, especially with Harsetti around. When you look at Elena and Roanna, Destina kind of cleanses everything and is a good healer and revives. I think she's really good to have, especially against versus Harsetti. I haven't done RTA this new season yet, but I do think she will be coming back slowly but surely. She is definitely annoying right now in the arena right now. But again, I think she's great. Plus 15 is up to you. You have 6 selectors as a new player. You have 4 as a veteran. Keep that in mind. Next, Roanna. Doesn't really need Mola. Arguably, if you do want to mold her, she only needs S2, which is why, in my opinion, I don't really think she needs a plus 15. She's a great unit to have, especially when it comes to Rift earlier on. I am currently using her right now for my RC 1 through 8. She's fantastic for that, especially on a new account. Ravi, she's just a great tank to have. Really nice to have. She's just like APOC back in the day, but right now she's still good. I like Ravi a lot. She's really good. Another plus 15 unit as well, but she is very hard to gear. I did pick her in one of my selectors, and I've yet to use her because I don't have the gear for her. But since I'm currently farming Rift right now, I am going to be able to get her gear very soon. And once I get that, she's going to be carrying me a lot. So Elena, same situation. She's going to be very good versus Harsetti, especially with her buff coming around. Her little changer EE is going to help quite tremendously versus Harsetti. But my only problem with Elena is that she does not have any sustain like Destina does versus Harsetti. So do keep that in mind. Roanna, again, she does have sustain, but Elena, on the other hand, does not. But she's really good, especially versus Cleaves, such as Rand, Piera. Anything AoE-wise, she's going to be fantastic in, especially Harsetti, like I said. My only problem with Elena is going to be her sustain. But again, she's quite nice, especially with her S2. Again, another unit, in my opinion, who does not need a plus 15, but she's a great recommendation to have if you really want her. Now, we are into the B good options. I'm not going to talk about every single character in here. I'm going to be talking about the important ones, huge ones in my opinion that are really impactful, right? Rand, Pyrrha, Lua, they are all PvP units. Asaria, very, very good when it comes to just PvE contests, and especially you do get Tamarine for free. So Asaria, Tamarine, very, very broken, especially when it comes to Raid, Abyss, and all that. She's going to be fantastic. I think she's great to pick as well. Plus 15 is up to you. She doesn't really need Molas in my opinion, but it just comes down to you. You could get it for free, by the way, from the selective summon, so do keep that in mind. Next, Politis, same thing. She's only a PvP unit. You do get her from free in the selective summon episode 2. She is good. I do think she is plus 15, but compared to the other options, I do think you can wait on her. It's up to you. It really depends what you want to hunt at. I'm already in champion in 13 days. I don't need Politis, right? I have RB BBK. Don't really need Politis right now. She is really going to be later on for whenever you do tackle RTA and all that. If you're a veteran, you understand how Politis is. She's very good. 50% CR, cuts it. Very nice. Very nice to have. Leica, I like her. She's quite usable. Again, she is mainly a PvP unit, but there are times where you could use her in PvE, especially thanks to her S2 having target and brings guaranteed unit with the highest attack, giving them attack buff. I think it gives them attack buff. I don't really remember about her. But again, she drags the highest attack, which is very, very good when it comes to PvE. There is a hunt she can be used in, but I forgot which one it was. But she's not bad. I really do like her a lot. Ray, Rift unit, chokes in my opinion. She's only a PvP unit. I really don't like her that much. She's okay. She's not the greatest. I don't think she's worth picking, but she is still a good unit, right? So I do put her in the B tier. Not much really to say about her. I think she's just a PvP unit. Arya, same thing, PvP unit. You could use her in Wyvern if you really want to, but she's not that bad. She's really, really good. Again, the gear is going to be the problem for a newer player. For a veteran, again, if you don't know, she's going to be seed damage, defense on the left side. Actually, the right side, my bad. Crit damage neck, ring defense, boots defense. Keep that in mind. Armitha, a decent unit for PvP, but with Harseti here around, it's going to be kind of complicated, especially if you do not ban her. I think she's great. I do think she's worth having, especially when it comes to plus 15. I do think she's worth it. Valencia, more injury on her. She's gotten fantastic again. Little buff, helped her out. I do think she's worth it. I think she's pretty good. I think she's in a good spot. She's not broken. She's not that bad. I think she's in a really good spot. Orvelin, or I can't even say her name. Orvelin. Orvera, there you go, Orvera. Fighting Spirit unit, very good versus Euphine. Candy, it's kind of a problem, I'm not gonna lie. Even versus Euphine, she does have issues, because if this Euphine can survive the immortality on Elvera, then she does nothing. She really does nothing at all. But she's again very good versus Lone Crescent Bellona, Euphine, Candy, any Fighting Spirit unit. She's going to be fantastic. Pavel, because they don't get any Fighting Spirit. But do keep in mind, she can still lose versus them. It really just depends on how your draft really is. She's a PvP unit only. Abigail, same situation. PvP unit only as well. C tier, niche, decent. Vildred, Ida, Fumir is all kind of PvP units. They're all just cleave units. Fumir, kind of debatable. You could kind of use her with green fire, such as Laya and Monk. Very good combination to go with. Hua Young, single target DPS, doesn't crit. She's alright. I haven't tested her out with her EE yet, but I think she's alright. Lilius, very, very good right now, still in my opinion, so she put on an injury. She's pretty good. I think she's in a good spot. Don't think she's a must-have, but I think she's very good. Ken, Euphine, PvE units mainly. Bao, same situation. I think he's a PvE unit. Yuha got a buff. Just a decent buff. We need to really see how it is. I do think she's a niche tier. She's just PvP, same situation. Bihu, in my opinion, PvP. Again, a lot of these units in the C niche that's decent are PvP units. Don't really need them. I don't think they're really worth right now, especially if you are beginning out. But if you're a veteran, they're not that bad to pick up, especially if you don't have them. They're not really bad. I think Green Vildred is very, very good when it comes to cleave, speed, imprint. Insane damage on the S3. You can use them a lot, especially even hunt, even farming. If you don't have Arbiter Vildred from your Moonlight Blessing as a new player, or if you don't have Arbiter Vildred at all, Vildred would be your best farmer for PvE. I think he's fantastic to have, and I think he's fantastic to pick. The rest you can kind of live without, in my opinion. Now, niche, not worth picking over, in my opinion. This is up to you. If you are looking at the niche D tier right now, not worth picking others, I would mainly look for imprints, in my opinion. Again, it's just a decked out selector tier list, but it kind of fits the selector tier list as well, in my opinion. Not much is going to change at all from my selector and decked out tier list, so I'm just doing it in one video. Keep that in mind. I don't think anyone in here in the D tier is worth plus 15. Maybe Lulica for hunts. You could use her in Wyvern if you really want to. She's very good in Expedition. But other than that, I don't think she's worth for the 15. If you want to later down the road, knock yourself out. I did it myself. There's a video on it if you want to go look at it. Pavel, not that bad. I actually use them in hunts right now for Banshee 113, Banshee 13, 100%, never fail. Other than that, he's okay. But a lot of units in here are really just eh. Flan's okay, actually. Flan, I would probably move Flan up to Sieve, niche / decent. But again, with Harsetti coming out, it's a bit complicated. A lot of these units I would probably move up if Harsetti wasn't out in the game, such as Flan, in my opinion. Pavel, maybe, Pavel's a little bit iffy. Says he's also getting a buff. Need to see about that. I'm not too sure really how I feel about him right now. But yeah, again, everyone in the D tier, really not worth picking. You could move up Flan to C or B tier if you are a cleaver. She's not bad. But again, you have to pre-ban Harsetti, and that goes, again, it just really depends on your playstyle. Free units, these are the ones you do get for free. I do recommend not picking these units because they are free. Don't pick them. Now, I did consider picking a plus 15 Brig because by the time I am done with Adventurous Path, I'm not going to need Brig. I'm going to be completely honest here, right? I'm already farming Rift. I don't think it's a bad idea to pick Brig. It's up to you. If you want to make the most value out of your decked out selector, don't pick Brig. But if you want to save Mola, you could pick Brig. In my opinion, that's how I see it. Because you do have to do a lot of stuff to actually get Brig. To unlock it from the Adventurous Path. So again, it comes down to you. Yes, he's free. I don't think it's a bad option to pick him from the plus 15 selector if you want to save Mola. He's a really good unit. You're going to use him everywhere. You're going to use him in hunts. You can use him in Wyvern, I'm pretty sure. And you can use him in every single expedition team besides the green one. So he is absolutely crazy to have. I have not had him in Abyss yet, so we'll find out later on whenever I do push Abyss. I'm almost there, but I just haven't really been touching it. But everyone else inside the free, don't pick them. They're not really worth a plus 15. Vivian, I do think I was going to say recommend her as well, but just give her the Mola. But again, from the only one from the free tier list, the free list, I think Brig is really worth a plus 15, in my opinion. If you want to save Mola. Keep in mind, as a new player, you get 6. So you have room for 2 more, whichever one you want to pick. And then not pickable is going to be Fenris, Wukong, Jenna, and Bridget. None of these are going to be available in the selector again, but it's going to be my decked out selector tier list. Again, these are just recommendations. They are based on my tier list on how I've been playing the game. I made a new account. I am 13 days in, and I do have 2 other accounts. If you don't know me, I do play Arena a lot. I've gotten 3 top 3 frames already. You know who I am. You know who I am. Then again, it's been fun. Still playing the game. I love it a lot. I decided to make a new account to see how it is now, especially since they are giving selectors a lot of free stuff. And from my opinion, I think it will set you up very, very nicely to follow this, in my opinion. Again, I picked out a decked out Monk. I picked out a decked out Mort. I picked out a decked out Bologna, and guess what? I'm having a blast. Very, very easy. I did pick out a decked out Ravi as well. I do have 2 more selectors. I'm not too sure who I'm going to pick. I am debating between Destina right now and maybe someone else. I'm not too sure yet. It really just depends. Again, Bologna is only in the S tier because Wukong right now. If you don't have Wukong, I think she's really, really good to have. It may change later in the future if we're ever at a new Rift season. Keep this in mind. If you are looking at this tier list in the future, whenever anniversary is over, keep in mind it's a little bit different. It really depends when you look at it. But then again, this is my tier list. Let me know down below if you have any questions. I can help you out. Again, I'll be uploading a lot more videos. I've been trying to upload a lot more videos, 2 videos a day, maybe 1 video a day. That's what I've been doing. But again, having a blast. Thank you guys for watching the video, and I'll see you guys later on. Peace out.